Hey guys, welcome back to Kyle's Film Garage. I got my coffee, I got my phone that I can't play any music on because this is YouTube, and if I do, then it's going to be copyright, and it'll be a copyright infringement, and then it won't be able to play the video, and you'll take it down, and then everything I say here is going to be pointless. So there's not going to be any music that I'm going to be playing, but I was just listening to Hamilton, and I love that musical. It's like super inspiring. But what I want to talk about today is basically, did I do everything that I could do to make something happen? And I think that that's what it comes down to, especially when times get difficult or you don't know how something is going to happen. Like, I don't know, like probably like right now, there's like a lot of people that are going, I don't know how to go on. I don't know how to finish things. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to like make whatever I was going to do happen, at right about now. So it's like, I'll tell you a story about the chair. So when I was brought onto the chair, if you don't know what the chair is, click in the link below, and you'll be able to watch it. It's a movie with Roddy Piper, and it's a horror film, and it's really dark. So if you like dark horror films, you'll love it. But Roddy Piper was amazing. Anyway, the story that I wanted to tell you about that was basically, we were doing the location scouting for the film, and Peter Samedi had just did Kickstarters and whatnot, and we got some awesome executive producers to help make the film happen. So funds were in place, and there were some complications with timing of cast members and being able to be there or not. So there was this window of time when everybody could be there. So like the Zach Galligan was in it, and that's actually that was my connection to Zach, was working on the chair. So that's how he also became to work, that we worked together again in Preacher 6, which is now in post-production. So anyway, so basically they had been doing some location scouts for the prison. So it was supposed to be like this, it takes place in a prison, and they were looking for actual real prisons, to go down to make the film. And so they had done some location scouting about this big prison that's not used anymore. I forget where I was because I didn't go to that one. So scheduling on that couldn't happen within the window that all the actors were there. Okay, so we go to the city jail and do some location scouting, and we walk into the room, and this is like, it's not a set, it's like an actual jail. And so you walk into the set, and you do like, you snap your fingers, and it's just this big echo chamber. Like, I mean, it sounded like, hey, like that kind of thing. Like, so that if you're gonna make a movie, the sound has to be clean, right? So you can't have a big echo room, so that was like a big problem. And I was like, I walked in, with the director, with everybody, and I said, we can't shoot here. That's not gonna be able to happen. And someone said, we'll just fix it in post, or whatever, which is like, basically fix it in post is the go-to when people don't know how to solve problems, right there. Which you never want to say fix it in post, and that means fix it in post-production. So fix it in camera, technically, which you never ever want to do. So it's like, all right, now we can't shoot here, and so that was not a popular choice, but the film would have been terrible. You wouldn't have been able to understand. We'd have had to come back and like loop everything, and looping is, maybe that's an older term, but it's where actors come in and redo the dialogue. So you look at the screen, and you're basically watching yourself act, and you are matching the dialogue. ADR is voice recording. ADR, what's that stand for? Write in the comments. Anyway, it's like when you replace your voice. So we couldn't do that, and that wasn't like within the budget that we had. It's like we don't have twice the budget, to bring all the actors back to do dialogue again. So it's like, and full circle on this is like, have I done everything that I can do to make it happen, to keep going, and oh, by the way, this is you know who this is? This T-shirt. So I can't give it away. Somebody's gonna know who this is. Write in the comments who this is. Great freaking movie, by the way. Okay, getting back to the chair. So the chair, I said no, we can't do it. And so I'm thinking, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna make this film? Because we have a window that the actors can be there. So this is the only time that all these actors can be there. We don't have a location, you know. So one jail is not good. One jail's an echo chamber. It's not gonna work. So I'm like, all right, I'll build a set. So that as well, it's like when you're, it's a big thing. We had 3 weeks until the film was supposed to start shooting. So for this new producer, which was me, because I was brought on as an actor to the film. So for some other people that were, you know, on the production team, didn't know my history, you know, to be a carpenter. So and I've built a lot of sets. So it wasn't a scary thing for me, because it's like I've built a bazillion of sets. So basically, Peter, you know, said, all right, let's do that. You know, said, yeah, I trust you. You know, if you say you can do it, you can do it. And basically, because I was the producer, it would all fall on me anyway. You know, so whether it sucked because of the sound, or whether the set that I built sucked, it's on my shoulders because I was producing the film. So that's what I ended up doing. So yeah. So the chair had that moment of like, how are we going to make it possible? How are we going to make this thing happen? You know, and so that was one of those times when you look at something and there is a precipice. There's a point where you have to do something to keep going. And I think that's the thing. It's like, so whatever is going on, have I done everything that I can do to make something happen? And I think that also continued, into like an independent film is basically, those questions and the answers are going to come up all the time, and like I'm not even entertaining shooting right now during this situation that we're currently in, that I don't want to get flagged, so I will not use the actual words. But anyway, during the current situation, it's almost impossible to shoot a film because of what you have to do with testing and all that kind of stuff. So holding pattern for people such as myself that don't have, a bazillion dollars to do testing for everybody that has to be tested once a week, and then all the protocols and all that kind of stuff that has to go into a film set currently. So anyway, but like Zombie with a Shotgun, that was another thing where it was like, okay, you reach a certain point, and have you done everything you can do, to make it happen? So I'll do another video totally on Zombie with a Shotgun. But it was when we were in fundraising for Zombie with a Shotgun, it was at a point where we had started a Kickstarter fundraiser, and I think we're like 2 weeks in. So we're like 2 weeks in, and the pace of the fundraising wasn't on pace to be able to be a successful fundraiser. And because like any film that I start is going to happen, like one way or the other, it's gonna get done and finished. So I was talking to Hilton about it, Hilton Ruiz, who's the director, and he's awesome, director producer of Zombie with a Shotgun. That link will also be down in the description. So please watch both of those films, because that all helps, and leave a review on Amazon, because that also helps. And so we had just done 2 weeks into a Kickstarter, and it's not looking good. It's like, what do we do here? Because we got to make this thing happen. So we're like, all right, cancel the Kickstarter, and let's go to Indiegogo. Because in Indiegogo, whatever funds you raise, you get to keep. So it's not like an all or nothing kind of thing. And because we were going to start another one, or whatever the situation was, we were going to make the film. So it's like, no matter how many you have to launch, you just keep raising the money, keep putting it in the bank until you can make the film, which is what we did. So we did that, and did the Indiegogo for Zombie with a Shotgun, and then we went to GoFundMe and just kept going with it. And so we raised the money that way, and then shot in New York, and that was awesome. And that's the same thing that we did for Preacher 6, which I'll also do like a whole video on Preacher 6 and how the whole thing happened and all that. And so yeah, so basically these questions of like, how are you going to keep going when you don't know what to do, and like how to make that decision? Have I done everything that I can do to make something work? And that's the continue. And I start every day with coffee because that helps to answer the question a lot of the time. Oh, by the way, please support the Patreon down below, because that is how we're going to continue to make these films, is through Patreon. For the price of a cup of coffee, you'll be getting like the background and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff with the films as we go forward. So $3, that's all it takes. Please join if you can, and we will keep going forward with films into the future, because independent film is important. And thank you all so much for your support, and for supporting me and supporting this channel and supporting these films and leaving awesome reviews and that all. Thanks a lot. See you next time.